So what does the Phantom 4 Pro V2.0 and the DJI Smart Controller have in common? Stick around and find out. Coming right up. I'm excited to announce that after applying, I was chosen to be a beta tester for the new firmware update for the DJI Smart Controller. Now, the huge highlight from this firmware update is that the DJI Smart Controller will support the DJI Phantom 4 Pro V2.0 when it becomes public. Now, let me go over the highlights of what is being released. Now, the Smart Controller firmware will be V01.00.0565. The DJI Go 4 app will be V4.3.21. The DJI Pilot app will be V1.4.0. And DJI Assistant 2 will be DJI Assistant 2 for Mavic V2.0.8. Now, what's new? I'm going to briefly read this section here, and the slide, of course, the slide's up on the screen. Added SkyTalk. Go to DJI Lab under Settings to enable. Once SkyTalk is enabled, the live view from the aircraft can be shared with friends via third-party social media apps. Added support for Phantom 4 Pro V2.0. Under Aircraft Management, the Phantom 4 Pro V2.0 can now be added and managed. Optimize the process of selecting the default storage location. Reduce the frequency with which the Smart Controller would restart. Added audio recording during screen recording. Before recording the screen, go to Sound under Settings to disable or enable audio recording for screen recording. Added electronic quick start guide for Smart Controller. One item of note, SkyTalk is what they're referring to there is the opportunity to go live via Facebook or YouTube. It's just a new way of being able to do that. Now let's get to the video where I show the firmware update process, binding the aircraft, in my first day of testing, including an error I had found. Okay, we're going to go ahead and bind the Smart Controller to the Phantom 4 Pro V2.0. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm doing a screen recording, but I will go ahead and show this to you. So let's go ahead and get into Settings, Aircraft Management. We're going to add device, Phantom 4 Pro V2.0. Okay, now I have to go ahead and use a pen to hit this button right here that's lighting up. See that? Let's go ahead and do that. And it's now green. And the aircraft name is W. Rose Jr. Phantom 4 Pro V2.0. We'll hit OK for that. And now we are in the Phantom 4 Pro V2.0. We'll hit ignore for that. And now we'll hit go fly and test it out and see if we can see anything from the camera. I'm showing aircraft status. And there's the camera right there. Let's go ahead and there's the pen. You guys can see the pen right there. So the aircraft has been bound to the Smart Controller. The Phantom 4 Pro V2.0 has been bound to the DJI Smart Controller. Okay, today we are out here, we are testing with the DJI Smart Controller, the Phantom 4 Pro V2.0. It is beta firmware that we are testing on this, and we're going to be taking a series of test flights to test things out with the Phantom 4 Pro V2.0 with the DJI Smart Controller. So let's go ahead and get this show started here. I'm going to go ahead and start screen recording. Screen recording is on. Select Go Fly. Craft status, latest firmware. We are ready to go with GPS. It's going to go ahead and do a precision takeoff. And there we are. We are up and at it. We're going to start recording. We are recording. Let's go ahead and get us some altitude here. You notice I'm taking off a little differently. We're looking out over the development here. We're about 130 feet. Let's back it down to right around 100. First thing I noticed, the joysticks are incredibly responsive with this. This is absolutely fantastic. Okay, we're at 110, 105. I think we're good here. Let's go ahead and reorient the aircraft. Out here. Now let's go ahead. We're going to take it over to the furthest part of the lake. I'm going to kind of test the well, this joystick is very sensitive here, which is good. Okay, we're going to go ahead and take it out. We're going to do a little bit of a test as far as FPV is concerned, and taking a look and seeing about how things look at a distance. Let's slow things down to try to not get the props in the shots. It's looking very good. Approaching 800 feet, looking good, strong signal. This is at 4K, 30 frames per second, by the way, and I am recording that. We're at about 20 miles an hour, looking very good. 1,100 feet, strong signal. Backing off the throttle just a tad because I picked up some props. Approaching 1,700 feet, still looking good. (1,900 feet, looking great. Very strong signal. We're around 13 miles an hour. I'm keeping it, trying to keep it so we avoid props in the shots. Approaching 2,200 feet, still very strong as far as signal is concerned. Looking excellent here. Approaching 2,400 feet. 2,500 feet, and we're reaching the edge there, so I'm going to go ahead and stop. And we're going to try, I'm going to try to return to home. I'm going to cancel it when it gets here, but I want to see how precisely it navigates here. And it's around 22 miles an hour. We're at about 108 feet there. Looking very good. 22 miles an hour. 1,700 feet and closing. Again, this is the beta firmware for the DJI Smart Controller that enables the Phantom 4 Pro V2.0 to be used with the Smart Controller. Coming in on about 1,000 feet away. We see the drone, don't hear it yet. That's one thing that's nice about the quieter props and ESCs with the Phantom 4 Pro V2.0. And we are starting to pick it up. It's about 500 feet. We can hear the noise now. Okay, we are overhead here. All right, let's go ahead and adjust the pitch of the gimbal. Testing that. Let's see how that works. I'm trying to do it slowly. That's working well. And let's see how this works. Looking good. It is a little windy. Let's see how accurate it is here. We're going to kind of let her go, see where we're at. Okay. We were off the mark there. That back. Verified. It is now 1080p 30 frames per second, and we're going to go ahead and do precision takeoff. Said we'll get it up to about 100 feet. And we are at 100 feet. Let's go ahead and orient it back towards the lake. Boy, the sensitivity is incredible. It's incredibly good on here, but yet I have to keep remembering that. I'm trying to tell myself that. Okay, I'm going to hit record. And let's go ahead out over the lake here. And try to keep this at reasonable speed over there. So as to not to get props in the shots. $700 feet, still looking fantastic. $1,200 feet, looking great. Coming up on the edge of the lake, 1,400 feet. We're hitting 1,500, and we're going to go ahead and stop. Let's go ahead and turn around. And we're going to enable return to home. Let's see how the accuracy is from this corner of the lake. Thousand feet in closing, 22 miles an hour. About 500 feet you can hear it. You can see it's visible, but at about 500 feet you can start to hear it. And here we are. You want to adjust the pitch of the gimbal here as we are overhead. And it's going to get itself lined up. It's orienting itself right now. Precision landing, correcting landing position. And let's take a look and see what we got here. unfortunately, we're going to be off here just a tad. Let's go ahead and get that corrected. Let's move that a little closer here. So precision landing needed corrected a second time with that. So let's go ahead. I'm going to stop recording on the camera. Let's go ahead and adjust the pitch of the gimbal here. Okay. And let's go ahead and take off again. And this time we're going to do, we're going to go fly to the end of the lake, and then we're going to fly over the corner of the lake, and then we'll do return to home here. So let's go ahead and do, we're just going to go ahead and do a manual takeoff. Get a little bit more in the frame of the camera here. And let's see if you can, if I can kind of, you can kind of see both here. Maybe you can't see both. I hope the resolution's showing up on my camera. So anyway, let's go ahead and take off. Get her up there. Okay, I'm getting some kind of beeping, and I have no idea. Auto exposure is locked. Okay, that's fine. But I'm getting some kind of beeping, and I don't know where that's coming from. It's from the Smart Controller, and I'm not getting any errors on here, so that's very interesting. I am at about 59% battery, so let's go ahead and bring it down. It's about 120 feet. Knock that down a little bit here. And let's go ahead and get that oriented towards the other end of the lake. All right, and let's go head out. It's odd, this beeping. I still don't know what that is, but being that this is beta software, that's something I'm going to notify DJI about. We're almost at the edge of the lake here, 1,000 feet, 1,200. Okay, I think we're going to kind of stop it about right here. Let's go ahead and we're going to orient it towards the corner of the lake over there. Go ahead and head that direction. .54% battery. That's still looking excellent. Reaching the corner of the lake and adjust the course here just a tad. We're at about 19 miles an hour. I'm trying to keep the props out of the shots. Now I know the Smart Controller battery was fully charged this morning when I took this out, so I don't believe that that is causing the issue at all as far as that beeping is concerned. But again, that's something I'm going to notify DJI on. Okay, I am at the corner of the lake here, and let's go ahead and we're going to do a return to home. Again, I'm shooting this in 1080p, testing this out as far, remember, this is a beta test of the firmware update for the Smart Controller to enable the Phantom 4 Pro V2.0 to be used with it. And again, I'm using this in P mode.
Coming up on 1,000 feet and closing. And then when we get overhead here, we're about 300 feet away. Here we are, 200 feet, 100. And we're canceling return to home here. Okay, we're going to orient it out towards over the lake, the short part. Let's go ahead out. And let's just go ahead and open it up. Open the throttle up, and I'm not going to worry about props in the shots here. I want to see what kind of speed we can get. Hitting about 29 miles an hour right here. Do a return to home.
Now, I've already posted my first day of flying results on the DJI forum for the Smart Controller beta firmware testing. And I've also come across one item I've found and have noted that down there as well. Now, be sure to stay tuned to Build a Drone Reviewer, as once the firmware is released to the public, I'll have a series of videos that will include a complete and thorough review of the release, go into how the firmware update is updated, and all of the updates and additions. Question of the day: what do you think of this coming firmware update to the DJI Smart Controller? Let me know in the comments section below. If you like the content from today's video, please make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and tell others about the channel. Also, be sure to check out my Facebook page, where I do post daily updates regarding the drone and drone industry and anything DJI, Autel, or Parrot related. Also, be sure to check out my Twitter account, where I do post daily updates, and Instagram as well. Thanks so much for watching, and remember, it's a great day to fly.